My name is Elisa Garcia, and I'm a director and cinematographer, and we're at High Output Brighton's Studio 86 with High Output Academy and Women in Film and Video New England. I started filmmaking in college. I grew up a fine artist. I didn't realize I was going to go into filmmaking, but I was really looking for a career that is artistically fulfilled and allowed me to travel, and I felt like film very much gave people that. I believe filmmakers are day-to-day travelers with new settings, new people, new sets, so it's a pretty amazing career to have gotten into. My artistic process starts with the concept, the storyline, whatever people are trying to achieve or whatever I'm trying to achieve. I really want to try to think about how to tell that story with the visuals. If a scene or any kind of art project has a darker feel or a more upbeat feel, a lighter feel, we're gonna think about how to tell that story through framework and lighting. It definitely starts with the storyline and the storyboard. It moves into art set designing for me as well, and then that's when we really start talking about lighting. Where is lighting coming from and why it's there. Lighting is super important to my work. I think it just tells the whole mood of the story and concept. I think that it's what helps the story be more dynamic. I think working with someone like the gaffer is really amazing because they have an eye for helping shape your story as well. So if you have a clear vision of what you want, definitely with lighting, it's just gonna help your story be way more dynamic. So the Souls visual EP was something I created with the artist Shells with the Z a few years ago with my team, Greater Boston Artists Collective, also known as GBAC. First video is a more warm feeling because it's at the beginning when the relationship is good. The second video is more in your mind, so it's actually dealing with the breakup. So we made it a lot darker, even like wardrobe is a lot darker. She's isolated, so that helps tell that story. And then the third one, which is Moving On, it's just like a bunch of girls having a good time at the beginning and then like going out and being confident, and she performs in that music video in front of a crowd, and it was just fun showing that kind of confidence. And through cinematography, we were able to tell this story. Lighting just helped push her into the foreground and like really highlight her. It felt like we were painting with light. What are these colors we're using, and how do we make her stand out, and how do we take away light from certain areas so she can stand out more, or it would help us get the audience to really look and pay attention to what we want them to look at. Greater Boston Artists Collective, that is a group of Latina-based artists that came together in 2018. I'm the director, cinematographer for the team. We're all fine artists too. We all grew up being fine artists, so our upbringing was kind of like, we're gonna go down this very standard route, just try our best to make money, have multiple jobs, but we all were very passionate about the arts, so that's how GBAC was born. We were like, why don't we just continue collaborating with people and just find a way to make a portfolio and put it out there. Very much looking to do a lot of production work with other artists, whether you're a musician, a painter, a photographer. We're trying to get in a studio or get on a film set and see how we highlight people. So I've definitely worked with a ton of high output gear. It's been really amazing to work with this kind of gear. Like, this is not something I have access to at home or anywhere nearby. So being able to get into a high output studio and be able to use their lights has been really, really fun on jobs. I work for High Output sometimes as a freelancer, as contracted to come on and usually operate camera. It's been really cool to get to know these rental companies and develop relationships with them. It's been fun just growing in front of them as well, because they're watching me grow as well. Like they're seeing me go from intern, warehouse, back in the warehouse, to becoming a director and cinematographer and leading these kind of projects. Very supportive rental companies, I would say. I feel very much welcomed and treated with respect when I walk into these places. Working at a studio is pretty awesome. I really love seeing people come in with a certain vision and how unique it very much is every single time. Every studio shoot is different. Just the way you can manipulate light in a studio is on another level, mainly because of the high ceilings and the accessibility to the equipment we have here in the warehouses, and not to mention the support and help from the staff. So if there's something going on, something's not working, or we need something else, we can easily get those issues fixed just through accessibility by being at the studio. And just controlled lighting is a different way of thinking. There's more freedom to manipulate light in a studio and keep consistent with shooting and not having to deal with sun, so that's pretty great. Film sets are very much intimidating, especially when you're working with people that are just trying to get the job done. A lot of frustration can come about when things aren't necessarily going right. I think all of those are learning experiences. It's not meant to be scared. It's more about learning who you can and can't work with. Personally, I like to work with people who are patient with the process. Like, things are gonna happen, it happens all the time. So I like to surround myself with people that are gonna treat me with respect and patience and understand that I'm still learning. I personally have had a very good time with the best cinematographers out there who are super kind. They're just super patient. They just know what it's like to be in your shoes. You can find our team at greaterbostonartistcollective.com. On there is our portfolio and our social media links and everything you might need to contact us. We look forward to working with many other collaborators.